Hello, 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 hello. So we are going live on Restream, and bear with us for a few minutes because we have some fun and games coming up. Because Restream, I wouldn't recommend it. It's very complicated, and I just need to check if we're live or not.
You get us deplatformed.
Who was deplatformed?
We will be decided again.
So, yes, it looks like we're live. We are live on Facebook. That's wonderful. We have this little ritual every week. Am I live? Am I live? So, am I live on YouTube? So, am I live on YouTube? Doesn't appear to be live on YouTube yet. Can somebody give me some feedback, all you wonderful people out there? So, I am just going to go to the chat and see if anybody's chatting to us. Hello. But even if you're not chatting to us and we're not live, I can see there's one person. I bet that's Jack. Is it Jack? Is it you, Jack?
You're the devoted fan.
Is it you? Nobody's saying anything. So, okay. You know, Restream makes us look every week like complete idiots because it messes things up.
Yourself?
Oh, I could see you're a bit sparky this week. There's sparks coming out of your eyes, out of your glasses as you move your head. It's like ding, ding, ding. Now, I wanted to start this week with being serious. That we've got some important information to share. I've done lots of research, and I have lots of information here to share, to talk about.
Serious, very, very, very serious.
Yeah, so I just hope that, but YouTube, let me just see.
Serious, very, very, very serious.
Okay, confirmation now. So we all live. If somebody would just say hi to us, then I could feel confident. But anyway, let's just let's have a little check-in, Marin. How are you? Because I haven't heard from you all week.
I'm good actually. I'm busy cleaning my bedroom.
Cleaning your bedroom?
Yeah, like completely. The guys moved out, so I'm re-inhabiting my room. So it's just a bare shell at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
So that's good. And last night I spent the night at the EE systems.
The night where?
At the EE system.
Oh, tell us about the EE system.
You better say it because my volume is.
I won't speak whilst you're talking.
No, even if you don't speak, it doesn't matter. My voice is absolutely crap. So you tell them about EE systems.
I'm not going to be doing all the talking on this show with you prompting me. Oh, you could just send me a little private message like, now talk about the EE system. Now talk about my bedroom. Now talk about my... So start typing, you know, and I'll try and catch up.
See, Julia, I can't type.
Oh my God, you're a sorry state of affairs.
Yeah.
And as you nod your head, you're flashing lights at me. They're going zing, zing out of your glasses.
If I go Indian, what happens?
You look like the Trump Bubble Man. Have you seen that? The Mr. Bubble Man. Okay. Okay, so right, well, we have a few people, but they haven't sent me any messages. So
our message is there, even I can see this message is there.
Nicola, hi. Okay, that's good. I've reassured as long as somebody can show up and send us one comment, that gives me confidence. So let's just start. Marin has given me the instructions to talk about the amazing energy system. So the system was created by Dr. Sandra, who is it? Okay. Anyway.
Not the sort of facts I would share, so I don't know.
Okay.
Some woman whose parents are from space studies and physics and quantum physics, and that's their parents, isn't it? For some
Oh,
reason.
that's right. Yeah. So her parents were developing the nuclear bomb. So she's like dealt with the karma. She's gone absolutely the opposite way. But the thing was, she grew up around all that technology. They were physicists, and she was very interested. And it's a bit like she incarnated anyway at this time to do this work, because she has created this incredible healing system using scalar waves, a kind of scalar technology, but a particular kind of scalar technology. And what you do is that you go and sit in the room, and there are all these screens that are emitting this very precise wavelength of energy that's interacting with each other to create this incredible healing field. So what I can't tell you, Marion's wanting me to talk about this, but I can't tell you what Marion's experience was when she had this healing in the EE system. I've had a session, and there was definitely something happening. I felt very, very deeply relaxed and went in a slightly altered state for a while. I had the one session only for about 3 hours or 4 hours. And Marion, you've had several, haven't you? You've had maybe 4 or 5 sessions.
I've been there twice overnight. No, 3 times now overnight. So that's 12 hours each. And then I've done another 6 sessions with 3 or 4 hours each. Yeah, I've done a lot. My friend Mara, this amazing craniosacral osteopath, is my fairy godmother, and the magic wand is the EE system.
So she's treating you to the EE system.
And now the guy really likes me, and while I've been going, my vision's deteriorated, so he's decided he wants to help. So I actually went to stay last night, not what's the word, for free, gratis.
Oh, that's amazing. You went to, yeah.
Somebody's cancelled. Can you come for the night? So I said, I can.
Oh, that's amazing to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's better if you sleep overnight. I mean, it's kind of accumulative, isn't it? And they've had
with the hyperbaric oxygen chambers, it's a similar deal. It's like to do a full therapy, which is what I need. You need to dedicate so much time, and it's so expensive. And it's interesting that the 2 treatments that I've got an understanding of, it's going to take a longer time. It's not going to happen instantly. I've been gifted both of them, the oxygen, hyperbaric oxygen from Matthew to support me. Well,
from Matthew.
Support me, yeah.
Yeah.
And now Kathleen as well.
That's incredible. So you get in support. So you're dealing with a pretty serious condition that happened quite possibly as a result of having multiple things stuck in you, because your condition developed as a type of kind of
holiday jabs just before I had a thyroid diagnosis, and then the eye condition was another set of holiday jabs.
Yeah. And we know that those jabs, no matter what they're for, they always damage the colon and the bacteria in the colon, which then upsets your whole metabolism. So then that manifests as all sorts of conditions, doesn't it? It's like we're all talking.
There's lots of routes that it comes in and starts destructive processes.
Yeah. So I actually have met many people that have got conditions as a result of having those things done to them when they were children, and then they've developed really, really severe chronic conditions. And in their minds, their awareness, they're absolutely sure that that's what happened to them, being completely incapacitated, ending up in wheelchairs. I know somebody else that had severe hormonal disruption afterwards. Mm-hmm. So we've been following, haven't we, Dr. Andrew Bridgen and his attempts to bring this talk.
Is he a doctor?
No, I got muddled up. No, but he is a scientist, and he's was he a chemist or something? Does anybody know? Is Jack's not here for some reason. I hope that's not like Jack. I hope he got home safely.
You've been jilted, Juliet.
I've been jilted. Oh my God, what am I going to do?
Juliet's jilted by Jack.
That rhymes. Jilted by Jack. He's my loyal supporter. I just have to message him to see if he's okay, because he might well have had a upset on the way home or something.
So what we're saying?
So I wouldn't want him to miss us. But also it might have been confusing because Restream messed up my event and I had to reschedule it at 2 minutes to 6. So it's a bit of a liability trying to do this work through Restream. So Dr. Andrew Bridgen, we've been...
Not a doctor.
He's not a doctor. Andrew Bridgen, MP. Okay. MP. Member of Parliament. But he...
I bet you say it again.
I won't say it again. Zip. He has... Shut up! You're not even talking. You're making me doing all your talks for you. I'm trying to let my brain split into 2 parts, trying to... You know, this is not
Dr. Bridgen's story.
This is Juliet tried to say her, but this is
so serious.
Marion trying to talk here into my head, and then she's got the audacity to correct me when I get muddled up. You know, so why didn't you just? Nobody would know he's not a doctor if you hadn't kept chipping in. You know.
And no one had noticed.
Anyway, he is a scientist. He's in that interview he did with the experts in Westminster Hall before trying to bring the excess deaths debate into Parliament. He did introduce himself as having scientific skills, and he understands the science. He said, because of this, I actually understand a lot of the expert testimonies that's been brought in front of us today. So that was back in December, I think, December the 4th or the 14th. If Jack was here, he could let us know. But anyway, he's not. So. Oh, he is. Okay. He's a bit late tonight. Spent too much time on the pub.
Good
really, Jack. I'm really shocked with you going to the pub. What sort of loyal supporter are you? You're not watching. You're not there. You're not there prompting with the right information at the right moment. You've been
the Encyclopedia Jack now.
Encyclopedia Jack, he's been to the pub. Oh my God.
Dyslexic Encyclopedia Jack.
Oh la la. Anyway, okay. So I just hope you got your wits about you now, Jack, because we're having a bit of a hard time here. I'm having to talk for Marion because her sound's still not correct. Anyway, what are we getting to? I just wanted to tell you the latest thing about Andrew Bridgen. So he's still not managed to bring this debate to Parliament yet. He says Rishi Sunak is so keen to avoid this that he'll probably call a general election. Now, Rishi Sunak is absolutely...
Tally say to Rishi Sunak, look me in the eye. I'm injured from your vaccine.
Did you see that on GB News?
Great, wasn't it?
That guy stood up representing the people that had been injured by this lethal thing that they've...
Anti-vax. He wouldn't be vax injured if he was anti-vax. People don't get it, do they?
No, they don't get it. So all he did, Rishi Sunak, he just he said, oh, well, it wasn't, the government wasn't responsible. The government took their advice from the doctors.
I can't do anything about it. That's it, isn't it? That's the whole play.
He was like some cockroach that had crawled out from under a stone. He was absolutely vile. There was a whole room full of people.
He's the prefect, darling, in the public school.
Is that who he is?
That's
the prefect.
Yeah. That's the
I mean, it made me want to throw up to watch him. I felt so sad for this man who was talking about the injuries he had, and he was saying, look me in the eye, because he was like, you've got to listen to me, because you're not, we're not being supported, we're being censored, we're being shut down, we've gone through these tremendous injuries. There's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people have been injured, and there's a huge, something like 20 million people now have been killed globally by this. And the government are still not owning up globally. They're not owning up, but more and more people are. And Andrew Bridgen's really doing his best to bring this to, for people to discuss. But Andrew Bridgen said the same Rishi Sunak, who last week stated in Parliament absolutely categorically when Andrew Bridgen that they were safe and effective. I mean, how two-faced, how despicable is this man? Completely despicable. So quite interestingly, Tucker Carlson also interviewed the Surgeon General in Florida in this last week. Did anybody see that? Anybody here?
Remember, that was before Putin.
That was before Putin. Oh, right. Nobody. There's pre-Putin and post-Putin, isn't there? So now nobody's going to remember this, but it was Dr. Joseph Ladapo, it was a very, very touching interview as well. He's the Surgeon General of Florida. And he was emphasizing, he said when they first brought the thing out, he was supportive of it because he thought that it was doing something that was helpful, but then he could absolutely see that it's not helpful at all, and it was causing incredible amount of injury and harm, and particularly for the fact that it contained foreign DNA, but in such a form that there were billions and billions of foreign DNA, particles in this substance that gets injected in and enters your cells and actually changes the human DNA. He was quite clear about this, that categorically this is changing the human DNA, and we do not know the consequences of this. It may only show through your children, or it could show through your mental state. It can really affect, like Tucker said, could it actually cause personality change? And he said it could could change that. But what was interesting, because he made a point of saying he realizes now this is a spiritual battle. I mean, for that to come out of the mainstream, out of a doctor's mouth, this is a spiritual battle that we're in. And there's an evil frequency underlying these products, that it's absolutely evil what they've done.
Yeah.
So
it's the poison apple, isn't it?
It's the poison apple, absolutely. And he goes on to say the pharmaceutical companies have absolutely no liability. Now it seems neither do our governments. The way they've stitched this up completely, that they whitewash, they gaslight anybody that's saying I've been harmed by this, and kind of censor them, shut them down. They lie. They make it impossible for you to psychologically speak out, because they create this whole arena of fear. It's a really an abusive situation, isn't it? You've got the state, this.
Yeah, you'll be humiliated if you say anything, and we're social creatures, so humiliation is death, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely death. And it's quite interesting because in that context, we're dealing with an issue of trauma. We are being traumatized by this, massively traumatized. And it's on the back of our collective trauma. It's on the back of what's been done to us already. So that makes us very easy to manipulate. And we're in this situation of having a state that's completely abusive. So how do we heal? This is what I'm really curious about. And I was thinking this week about do you know about this, the Karpman drama triangle? So do you know about this, don't you, Marion?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so
the way I share this is really interesting as well, because I talk about it from a centered, grounded, like in yoga, the Sushumna, the channel. So it's about being a channel. And when you're in that space of the channel, you're able to access a much higher vibration, better consciousness, calm, all that nice lifted energy.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you get knocked off center, you suddenly come into the sphere where there's a problem. So the problem then as a victim, a perpetrator, and a rescuer. And
Yeah.
you start to play those roles, and parts within our own psyche play all three roles. And then we end up with a whole bloody 007 episode going on and a whodunit.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the thing. This is my question to people watching here now. Do you recognize this dynamic? Because given that the establishment is highly abusive and we need to get out of this, where does it, when we get knocked off center, like Marion has said, where does it knock us off to? Does it knock us into the rescuer? Yeah. So the rescuer, that's the classic.
Like porn, and then the perpetrator is fight and the victim is flight. Could it be similar? I don't know. That feels.
Say that again. I didn't quite catch it.
So the perpetrator is when you're in fight. The victim is in flight, I think, and the rescuer is the fauna. The frozen.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting thing trying to put that together with the neurological. It's quite interesting. I don't know, but I mean, there would be something like that going on that would push you. The persecutor, certainly, this is the person that is aggressive, and it may be that they're hiding some underlying insecurity, shame, or whatever, so they become aggressive instead. But the thing is about this is these three roles, until you get out of this triangle, they keep moving around. So the victim can flip to be the persecutor, and the persecutor can flip to be the rescuer or the whatever. The three roles.
The linchpin is actually the victim, because without a victim, there's no rescuer and there's no perpetrator. So the linchpin of this is that somewhere in it there's victim energy. That's how it holds it together.
Okay.
The being done to, rather than done through or done for through the century.
Yes.
All shanty stuff.
So people watching, but there aren't many people watching here. But when you might watch later, just think about this. Think about, do you tend to habitually go into one of those roles? Victim, persecutor, or rescuer? Because wherever you are, you need to recognize that and to step out of it, because we need to be able to step out of this thing with the what's being done to humanity. They're the perpetrators at this moment. They're pushing us into the victims. But how can we absolutely stand up in our truth and be aligned?
Sovereign and autonomous in the mind.
Yeah, be sovereign and autonomous. And we are seeing more and more people stepping up, and that's what I'm encouraging us to be, sovereign and autonomous, and to step out of the system, because we're hooked into this system where we're completely controlled.
So this week I built a little 2-page website for my crypto yoga.
You built a website, yeah?
It's like just 2 simple pages. But the crypto yoga, and it's about how to sustain sovereignty and autonomy.
Say that again. How to
sustain
sovereignty
and autonomy.
And
autonomy.
How to sustain sovereignty and autonomy. And there's a crypto yoga, and this is a workshop you're going to run.
Yes.
Fantastic. So we need to get a date for that. So
17th of February in South Wales.
18th of February in Wales. 17th of February in Wales, a crypto yoga workshop, how to sustain sovereignty and autonomy. Crypto yoga. That's fabulous. Crypto yoga. I'm going to see if I can put this up.
It's a Google website. They're free. You don't need a domain. You don't need a website.
That's a fascinating concept. Crypto yoga, 17th of February in Wales.
Yeah. So
Jack, I think Jack should go to that.
is Jack in Wales?
No, he's not. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
no, he's in Glastonbury.
He's in Glastonbury. Where did I just do that? Okay, I'm just typing this in Wales. There.
So this is
Hang on, show. Yeah, okay. Done it. I've put it up. Crypto Yoga, 17th of February in Wales. And Marion is a fabulous teacher. You've been a yoga teacher for years. You studied, did you study in India?
Yeah, I did teacher training in India. I was there for nearly 2 years.
Yeah, so you've been doing yoga for years and years, and you've been doing crypto stuff for a very long time.
Yes, 8 years.
And you've done all the trauma-informed advanced training with me.
Yes, is that about 6 years?
Yeah. So Marion is very, very well qualified. Excuse me. For running. So although you're having problems with your sight, which is a whole new healing journey,
Yes,
you're on exploring lots of new technologies in that process, that you are not a person that ever gives up. You're a source of enormous inspiration. And just because now Restream has just messed up your microphone, do not judge Marion by her squeaky voice in this particular instant, because
it's me trying to send you the link.
Trying to send me the link. Okay, where did you try and send
the website? Sorry, I sent you the wrong thing.
No, I don't know how to get a link. Oh, hang on, private chat. Did you send it in private chat?
Oops.
No, you haven't. I'm so terrified with this of, not terrified, but it messes up really easily. Okay. This Saturday, what's Jack saying this Saturday about?
That's when we're going. That's the corporate yoga.
Is it this Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the time is just zooming by. Well, you better send Jack.
Anything in the chat. Won't let me share anything in the chat. I'm going to share it in the chat.
Hi, Nicola. How are you doing? Because you seem to be our only viewer along with Jack, and I've heard nothing from you so far. Let us know how you are. Let us know if you're interested in crypto or yoga. Anyway, lots of people don't do live. They pre-record and send out. So anyway, I've had such a busy day with 2 little grandchildren, and we went off to the caves, off to Wookey Hole. Jack's not said anything. We went off to Wookey Hole Cave, so it's been explored this whole cave system, which was really interesting. They're only tiny little tots, so they were very fascinated. And then we went to a circus show, and then we went to see the dinosaurs.
Wow.
It's really full on all day. And I came home, it's like, oh my God, I want to have a lie down. Anyway, now they've gone for a sleepover.
Oh, wow. Where have they gone?
Yeah. They've gone with their auntie for a sleepover down the road. Yeah, so that's good. So, if you send me over the link, Marion, I'll post it on the Facebook page. Nicola's responded. She says, I'm good, thanks. I'm interested in yoga, but maybe not at the moment.
It's not what you think. It's yoga of the mind, not the body. Everybody needs it right now.
Okay, so your injured knee is not going to make any difference, Nicola?
No, not at all. We can help.
Yeah.
Oh, shh. Is that us?
So would it not be crypto meditation rather than crypto yoga?
Well, it's not. It wouldn't even be that. It's Marion style.
It's Marion style. Okay. Yeah. Where did I put my juice? Okay, there it is.
Right, I think. I've got it. Have I just got it in the chat?
Oh, yeah. Okay, you've got it in the chat, but I'll put it up. Okay, you're doing very well, Marion Tryon. She says, I see. So could you explain a bit more about that? And this is the link.
Yeah, so the idea of sovereignty and autonomy are part of yoga as a bigger subject, not just postures and breath work. Yoga's this like lifestyle science, and in part of that lifestyle is about improving who you are, going up the energetic consciousness spiral. And if you don't make effort to go up, it's very easy to fall down. So part of your raising your own vibration, if you like, is this sovereignty and autonomy. So never being the victim for longer than the trigger takes for the trigger to move. Anyway. We're recognizing, oh wow, this little victim's just appeared part of my personality that is in victimhood.
Yeah.
And be able to remain centered without the drama triangle developing, so you identify with the victim. You need to. You can observe that victim behavior and the victim thought. And the more you can do that, the more you can make positive choices that are based on reality and make decisions based on reality rather than fears of victimhood.
Yeah.
Did you get all of that?
Yeah, to, once you recognize what's actually happening to you, so if you get triggered by something, as soon as possible, like you've dealt with the trigger, to be able to rise out of that, come out of it. And then this is a spiral of consciousness that you can access.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to do that if the government are telling you how many pounds you can spend a week on crisps or petrol or wine or bread or whatever, controlling our spending, making our decisions. This is the way to make your own decisions. Otherwise, without your alternative financial strength, you will be their victim. You will be powerless.
Without the what? Say that last bit again.
Strength, the financial strength.
Yeah, that's right. Because if you let them grab hold of your purse strings and so on, then you really have been collared. But
exactly.
Yeah. So by learning about the crypto as well, and
no Exodus, you can't get it anymore. In our end, down our end, they're blocking it because they can't control it because it's completely decentralized.
Yeah, they're all getting a bit desperate. They're doing everything they can to block everything because, we talked last week about that, about Klaus Schwab and the whole world, and Ted Ross, the World Health Organization, like complaining that people weren't taking them seriously, talking about, all their misinformation. It's like, why aren't they trusting us? In a nutshell, basically.
Yeah.
They really are losing the plot, and we have to keep standing, keep aligning, and create our own solutions, and not let them grab hold control. So on that front, I've also
so that could be a sellout on Saturday then with the crypto yoga, which is free.
Yeah, we want to sell out on it.
Yeah, all seats.
Absolutely. So along with that, talking about, recognizing your trigger. So I've written a book, which is here, How to Heal Stress, Anxiety and Fear, which talks all about what's happening in the brain and about triggers, about how you can easily, in simple steps, do certain things that will take you out of that high level of activation that's happening, coming from the primitive brain, that's actually then governing your metabolism.
And driving the triangle.
Driving the triangle, absolutely. So it's like, if you recognize that, I've been triggered and now I've got a very high level of activation. I'm not just angry because you're a terrible person. I'm angry because I've been triggered about something and now I feel that I'm in danger. And so I have to attack you. It's like taking self-responsibility. But that you can't do anything when you're in that activated state that comes from the thinking part of the mind, because the frontal cortex is switched off when the primitive brain is running the show, when your body is being flooded with those neurotransmitters pushing you into fight or flight or parasympathetic shock. But there are very particular things that you can do that will actually take down that level of activation, that will change your metabolism. So by understanding what's happening in the body, what the metabolism is doing, you can quite easily switch that off again. So in this book, I've talked about it in very, very short chapters, simple, very clear instructions as to how you can bring your brain back to a normal level of functioning, and the frontal cortex can reconnect, so that then you can work on these problems and be self-reflective and go to the crypto yoga workshop and do the right things that's actually going to gain you sovereignty and autonomy. So these two things work together. Marion's workshop, we've collaborated on a lot of work. Marion really helped me put my book together. Without her, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I had the thoughts, but she had the technical skills. So big thank you and shout out for Marion, because she's a great person. She's a blessed person in our lives and doing a tremendous amount to help people, even though at this current time she's totally challenged by having that thing stuck in her arm that made her really ill, and she's recovering now from it, although she's been going through hell for a long time. Even though she's not just sitting on her backside, she's practicing, she's preaching her...
Reaching for sovereignty and autonomy.
Absolutely, she's walking her talk. She's absolutely what you're walking your talk, Marion. I really respect you for that you do that. And not frightened to show how you feel, because a few weeks ago you absolutely felt shit and you had a big weep on the program, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jack is being a very loyal supporter. But Jack's had a rough time in life as well. He's been through shit as well in his life, and he recognizes a true soul like you, Marion. And yeah, I think Jack, you prioritize the right things as well, which is wonderful to witness. So my book, we'll put the link for the workshop on the Facebook page as well, and my book, you can find it on my website, julietyelverton.com, along with my healing program, which is another thing that takes you, the 16 videos that take you through step by step the somatic experience in meditations. They're not actually meditations, but they're deeply relaxing, which initiate that parasympathetic state where you can then process the degree of activation that you're going through. So the way to heal trauma is through the body, through the sensory awareness, which is sight, sound, what you can feel, what you can smell. And that's the part of the brain through the vagus nerve that you have to access in order to let go of traumatic experiences. So in that 4-month online healing program, in those 16 videos, I take you step by step. I talk you through very calmly those experiences to help you. So the book and the healing program together will give significant help with that. I mean, the other thing is I'm not getting any younger. I'm doing my best, but I'm not going to be around running therapy sessions forever. So I'm doing less and less therapy work, although I still am doing therapy work. But if you access, that's my gift, if you like, to the world. If you access those things, even after I've, passed over the other side, hopefully, directing behind the scenes, that my work is here to support you. So there it is. So thank you, Jack, for your forever kind words. So
I really like that idea that you're building this, what's it called, a legacy
thank
for
you.
yourself when you're dead, so you can come back and watch all the great. I love that. You're not building it for anyone else. You just want to be able to rest in your own grave.
I don't know why. I've just been driven my entire life to make a change in some way. That's always the way I've been. So on that front, I just want to also tell you, if you have had this nasty stuff pumped into you, if you're manipulated or frightened or whatever to do it, and now you're regretting it, and we know that a lot of people are getting ill. Dr. McCullough has been doing a lot of research, and is he the top cardiologist in America? He's a very significant, very highly, what's the word?
People say peer reviewed. He's the top peer, basically.
Yeah. So he really knows what he's talking about. So Dr. McCullough, he's an American guy, and he's put together this protocol to help detox those proteins, the spiky ones. So this is the protocol. So it's Nattokinase. Yeah. So 2000 FU, whatever FUs are, but you can buy Nattokinase online.
That made me laugh out loud.
Made you laugh at which bit?
FU.
Oh, fuck. Yes, why is it FU? No,
because laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah, that's if you can't manage any of this, we not just have a good laugh about it. So, although it's not kind to laugh at people, except you, Marion, when you're suffering, we'll have a good laugh at you. No, we won't laugh at you. That's horrible. And bromelain that comes from pineapples, that's 500 mg a day, and Nano Liposomal Curcumin. So we know that's something found in turmeric. It's the anti-inflammatory agent of turmeric. So Marion, when you come down next week, you can try. I'm sure this is helpful for you. This is my Natto. Natto.
Is that fermented soy? Is it or something? Is it?
It's fermented soybeans, and like a tablespoonful, about this much per day, will give you all the nattokinase that you need. Okay, so it's a very inexpensive way to get your nattokinase, and it's in food form, and it's an ancient Japanese recipe. This is why the Japanese have such amazing health. They have incredibly healthy diets, and they have lots of fermented foods. They have what you get. They have the miso. Miso is a wonderful food which helped people recover from radiation after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, after those terrible, vile people dropped the bombs there, the same people that are trying to poison us now. So miso helped then, and then there's tempeh, there's
just talking about the bombs dropping. Have you ever seen when there's a video or a recording of a nuclear explosion, and you can see something just get decimated? Yeah. Why is the camera still there?
Good thought. I don't know, Marion. We'll have to put that out to the audience. Anybody got any idea why? How did they manage to film the nuclear? Jack says FU too, Jimmy. How did they film? Well, I think they do, probably from a distance, Marion, to be, it's kind of a conspiratorial, like,
a massive nuclear explosion.
I don't know, but
room thing. It's because it's made up. It's another one of it. It's filmed. It's the same as the spiky ball.
We could look on Wikipedia.
Yeah, go on if you want to know the story.
How did they manage to film the explosion?
Yeah, how do you film a nuclear explosion and keep the recording?
I don't know. There's a lot of things that we don't know, isn't there? So what else don't we know? Jack, is there anything that's ever perplexed you that doesn't seem to add up in the narrative?
What about you, Juliet? What perplexes you?
The what?
What perplexes you?
What perplexes me? I don't know. When I was walking with the children through the caves today, and I was explaining about caves and things, and I was just reflecting on this whole thing that there's apparently loads and loads of civilizations underneath the surface of the earth. All these tunnels and DUMBs, underground military bases. I mean, it seems a bit unlikely and incredible, but Mark, I've heard so much information now from different people that have been tracking the war underneath the earth and rescuing children that have been held underneath the earth. And Mark Atwood, the other day, did you see his video about the arsenic being sprayed from the skies? Did you see that? So he's been interviewing this woman that's been documenting for the last 3 years. She's got thousands and thousands of data points about how they've been putting arsenic in the airstream, particularly like the trade winds and so on, and it's falling out in particular areas on civilizations. And she's been tallying these data points of seeing certain things, along with hair analysis and so on. So, listen to Mark Atwood. It's called arsenic. Sorry, I'm a bit slow. It's like my brain, It's been a really busy day. So, Jack. Okay. He's talking about something, but you didn't see this video, did you? Mark Atwood, arsenic sprayed and underground tunnels. So she's got these various apps that track kind of heat spots in the Earth's surface, as well as these winds moving and these clouds of arsenic being taken across. So there's lots of correlation there with underground explosions, which correlates again with this guy whose name is Monkey Works, that has been tracking. He's a military guy as well. These underground explosions at precise depths, like 10 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface, which is also coordinated with SG Anon's deep dive into the internet of military exercises and so on, where they're bringing down tunnels. So the different people are talking about these things, and the information is kind of overlapping. So you asked me, what was I puzzling about? So I just find it really incredible to think that stuff might be going on underneath the surface of the earth. And like, what's going to happen in the future when it is totally finally revealed? Will we be mixing with those people from underneath the surface of the earth? Who are they? What type of people? Are they just victims of what's been going on? Or are there, have you ever thought about that, Marion?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's quite difficult to distinguish between some people who are consciously, intentionally malicious. But they do, I mean, we've all been reasons for doing what we do. And then there's the people who are puppets. And as bright as you might be as anti-establishment, however you perceive your boundary around that, they can still use your position to sell themselves.
Yeah. So boundaries, how strong your boundary is.
But even when it's strong, they can still use it to further their narrative, even though you're against them.
So you're more interested in the fact that it's like what to believe in or not to believe in.
Yeah, what to pay attention to.
What to pay attention to, yeah.
I am doing crypto yoga. That's what I'm paying attention to. I'm not paying attention to Rishi Sunak and his puppet extraordinaire show.
Yeah, absolutely not. So what to pay attention to. So Jack has also said, yes, everything over the last 3 years, none of it made any sense until I remembered that all the world's a stage as Shakespeare said. Yeah, I mean, maybe none of this makes sense to any of us.
Yeah. And even Shakespeare isn't apparently, isn't he? Because the theories that he was it Francis Bacon? And, there's all sorts of...
Yeah,
or it was an orchestrated group.
Was Shakespeare real? Oh la la.
He's part of the stage, part of the same stage.
Part of the same stage. So there you go. Well, we're getting towards the end of the show. So has anybody got anything they want to share? Or it's Valentine's Day today. So let's just send some love. Who do you want to, who in your life would you really like to support and send some love to? Just think about this at this moment. Is anything real, Jack says.
What do you mean by real?
Yeah, what do you mean by real, Jack? What do you mean? Is love real? Is love real, Jack? This is Valentine's Day. Is love real? Is there such a thing as love? Is that something we can trust in?
You can tick all the other boxes, can't you? Lust and all that, and those sensational experiences.
Yeah.
It's like it's on a different level. You can't really just give it all these labels. Obsessed with. I've often called that.
Yeah. So, Marion, who would you like to send love to at this time? Or who sorry?
My victim.
Your victim. The part of you that feels that you're suffering. Yeah.
Being powerless is great if your aim is sacrifice. I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah, being powerless is great if your aim is to be sacrificed. Yeah, I don't fancy that.
Or even sacrificing yourself to the divine.
I don't fancy that either, I can't go along with that. I don't think of the divine as something higher or above me or separate from
Beloved.
That we are all divine, that that we have this consciousness that creates, that's incredibly creative, and we can create that we're a victim or not.
And we can love the victim that's been created because she's hanging around.
So Jack says, perhaps love is the only reality, but after a few years on planet Earth, we are all too traumatized to experience the pure form of it. Interesting. Do you think that's true, Jack? That you can't experience the pure form of love now because you're too traumatized? Or is the pure form of something that transcends the pain and the suffering, transcends trauma?
If you think about love and you feel into what it is, that's all it is, isn't it? When you start to do anything, you're diverted.
Yeah.
To the feeling you receive and you embody.
Yeah. So there you go. Perhaps we can all just sit for a moment and just feel into our hearts. Can I feel love in this moment? Or am I too traumatized in this moment to feel anything? Am I too numb? Am I too disconnected? Or can I sit with my heart and just really bring that focus to that part of myself and allow it to expand?
Is that a Valentine method?
Is that a what?
Valentine method.
A Valentine
message.
Yeah, it's a Valentine message. A Valentine message to everyone. Yeah. So I'll leave you with that for the evening to just to send that in to send it out. In Buddhism we have loving kindness. So not love as such, but loving kindness, to be able to tune into the heart, to come into the heart, and to allow that feeling to expand out. That we're creating this field of loving kindness. And the prayer is, may all beings be happy. May we be free from suffering. May we be happy. And even if somebody, even like Rishi Sunak, it's like sending that to them, that recognizing that we are all human, whichever role that we're in, whether we're victim, perpetrator, rescuer, that we all are at the heart of things. We have this underlying humanity and human need. And if you like, we are a soul that's incarnated into this body for a particular experience and a particular learning, a particular skill or lesson. And that as Jack said, all the world is a stage, and not to identify too closely with that, this role that we've assumed, this personality that we seem to have assumed, that it's actually, we are
identity.
Yeah, we're beyond that. So Jack is very kindly sending us much loving kindness to both of us on this special day.
Good. Please share the information about crypto yoga.
Yeah, so to share that information again about the crypto yoga. So
it's on the chat here.
Oh, it's on the chat. Okay, not on the
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
So this is the information about crypto yoga, and Marion will probably talk you through some really beautiful visualizations, exercises, help you come into your heart.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Sharing loving kindness. Yeah. So thank you to everyone who came along tonight, and to those of you that watch this video later and share it, that we're not being funded by the deep state or by Elon Musk or anyone like that. In fact, we have no funding at all, zero funding. We're here because
at the moment for me,
we're motivated. We're just motivated, like, for whatever reason, because we got nothing better to do with our time, is like being the elderly, the old ladies that are bored out of their heads with nothing to do. So that's why we're showing up here to share this information with you. Or it could be
this information with you.
Yeah, so do share the video, if only to have a laugh or whatever. But actually, we do intend very seriously that this information gets out, to support people to make the right choices, to come into alignment, into their autonomy, not give in to being a victim or a persecutor or a rescuer, and actually, make the difference that's needed to create, however you want to call it, the new earth or whatever. So on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much for coming, for sharing. Enjoy a very, very happy Valentine night with your inner lover, if you like. And send lots of love to your victim self, if you like. Or send it out to the world, to all those people that piss you off most of the time, and just practice a little bit of love and kindness. So, okay, bye for now.
Goodbye.
Bye from Marion, because she's got bad noise on her stream.